Okay guys, it's 2:11 here on Wednesday, the 28th. This is the West LA Veterans Campus. Now, when I first saw this, so if you look on Google Maps, this is a big, huge campus, okay? And this is where they're placing veterans from the streets. In these little, let me zoom in so you can see. So these little individual units. I'll drive a little further up so you can see a little better. There's a high level of management and a very high level of security at these places. For whatever reason, there's like 7 or 8 security guards there, and they said I couldn't film it. They said I couldn't film it from inside the federal property, but out here, I'm allowed to film it. And so I'm showing you. So when I first saw this, it about made my blood boil because I'm a veteran. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at these little tiny huts they're living in. Let me see if I can zoom in and get you a better shot at it here. The thing about it is, as I talked to a couple guys in there, so you can see there, that's how big they are. So what they have in there is they have a washer and dryer set up, and you can see the security. Like you see that security trailer right there to the left a little bit. So there's a high level of security in there. A bunch of security guards are working there. And you see the building in the background. That's like a nice facility. This is a big campus. Like if you're a veteran, it's like a military base. It's got numbered buildings and all. This is for the VA. There's a hospital, medical. So when I first saw these little tiny huts, I was like, my blood pressure went up. My head about exploded. I said, I can't believe this is how they're treating our vets. That was my first reaction. And you guys can react however you want to it. But then after talking to a guy that's living there, I saw him and his little dog. And he said he was on the streets. And he said that a lot of the veterans in there living in these places were on the streets. They were addicts. And he basically said if you're a veteran, you get off the street, this is where you can come live. And they have washers and dryers, 3 hot meals a day. So, it's a mixed bag here. I think we could be doing better. I think they could space them out, make them a little bigger or something. Maybe give them an opportunity to grow a little garden, get a little more satisfaction from life. But the guy that I talked to, his words to me was he feels blessed to be here because he was on the streets as a homeless veteran, with alcohol and drug problems. This is it's a alcohol and drug-free environment. So if you're living in there as a veteran, you're not allowed to abuse any drugs or drink or anything like that. It's basically a first step rehabilitation program. So it's still in the process. It's not ideal. I just thought I'd show it to you here. So they're kind of living in these little tiny house situations, but he said their basics are being met. It's a rehabilitation program. They even have job placement and stuff like that if the veterans want to go back and get to work. So the way it was explained to me was, that if there's a homeless vet on the streets here in LA, they can get off the streets and move into here as a stepping stone to rehabilitate and get back on their feet. So I just thought I'd show it to you here. Again, my initial reaction, my head about exploded. And then after hearing from a guy that just said he felt blessed to be there, I just thought I'd tell you kind of how I was feeling about it. And after it was explained to me, it felt a little better. Although not ideal, and we can obviously do a lot better job for our vets, guys that fought wars for us, lost limbs for us, regardless of the reasons why they did it or, the different things we obviously all know now about war and all this stuff. So this is what it looks like here in Los Angeles at the VA campus. So just thought I'd give you guys a look at it. And I want to see your comments on this, so please comment on what this makes you feel. You can see the size of the place they're living. You can see the level of surveillance, security, porta potties. They're still in porta potties, but they just told us they got some showers that came in and stuff like that. The trailers that have the toilets in them. They said some of that was just delivered, so it's being put together here. As you can still see, it's a work in progress. But as I said, I talked to a guy that lived there, and he said he was blessed to be there, and he's blessed to be off the streets. So anyway, that's the latest here from Los Angeles on Wednesday, just after 2 p.m.